Welcome back to another video for the cloud series. Today we're going to be going over configuring some logging for cloud resources. So just exploring general logging in a public cloud environment as well as a private cloud environment to show the other side as well. Now for the public cloud environment, right, logging is just the heart of an infrastructure security posture when it comes to ensuring cloud security, right? Now logs may provide full visibility to administrators on which resources are currently functional and which may need some remediation. Now, logs can also provide key insights, right, during an incident response plan and provide potential makers or markers and flags to look for in the future to improve and iterate on a response plan, right? So, for example, in infrastructure, okay, now this is loaded. An infrastructure could have a device that shows the irregularities of security logs, or on security logs rather. And before it fully goes down. Now, in the future, if the same device started showing the same irregularities, it could act as a good indicator that another issue was about to happen, further improving incident response procedures. Now, it is important to remember that depending on the size of an infrastructure, the sheer volume of data being reported by multiple devices, of course, can be staggering sometimes. So logging should be done in accordance with what needs to be monitored, right? And logs should be relevant, easy to access, accurate, and of course, you want to make sure they're analyzable. All right, so what I'm going to do first is explore Azure Monitor, which I already have open here with the Monitor overview. And Monitor really is a tool in Azure that allows real-time analysis and logging of multiple types of logs, including like data received by a specific resource group or resource type or location, right? So now that I'm so now that I have it open, now we can see the overview page and monitor, which allows us, to navigate easily to different types of insights, provided intelligently, usually by Azure automatically analyzing produce logs. And this includes like applications, containers, VM, and network insights, as you can see here for our main dashboard. So let's actually take a look at the logs here. All right. And it'll open up a page for us for analytics, right? In Azure, it's going to allow me to simply and effectively query log data generated from an infrastructure. And you can see the log and that analytics here. I'm actually going to close this out. All right. And it should expand the resource group, or should show us a resource group. Now, this scope page, it allows anyone to specify which type of logs, right, that you want to review and which resources currently exist or as a part of your overall Azure subscription, right? And if you have multiple resource groups, which you can see here, right, or multiple resource groups working in tandem with each other, right, you can use this drop down to filter exactly which needs to be queried through the resource groups, as you can see there, the resource types, and also the location. Now the types, which is similar to resource group, it allows us to specify a type of resource that currently exists in our infrastructure to analyze really, and then the location. And it's important to consider if you have multiple available resources for specific availability zones, right? So it's key to remember that you can narrow the search further actually by using all three options in tandem if you wish, as far as the resource groups, types, and locations. For example, you can navigate specifically to a virtual machine that part of the UK SAP availability zone and belongs to a specific resource group. So it's going to cancel out of that now that we've seen that. And it's going to bring us to the resource page, so we can just select the resource, as you can see here, to start querying data. Now, what this tool does is allows us to specify or to run specialized queries allocated by the query scope. Now, there are also options, right, to select a certain time range and save and share reports. And I can also use this to the space to create and enable automatic alerts as well, which is also an example of automated logging and alerting. Also, so what I'm going to do next is now that we've explored the public cloud environment, now we're going to explore the private cloud environment. So now, as I mentioned, I'm going to start exploring audit logging in a private cloud environment. Now, audit logging, or keeping an audit trail, rather, is a process that aims to document different types of activity within an infrastructure. Now, this is a key process in terms of logging, as it enables administrators to track the usage and impact of users on cloud systems. Let me make sure all of these are working properly. Okay. Now, what I'm first going to do is start out with exploring the event viewer. All right, so Win 10 looks like it's almost up and running. Let's head over to DC here. All right, so I'm just waiting for the server manager to completely load. Now I'm going to explore the event viewer, which is a native tool for Windows OS that allows administrators to capture logs for many different here for different applications and resources being utilized on a Windows device. Let's actually open all of this up, right? And now we're going to take a look at our window logs. Actually, let's take a look at the application for that. All right, I'm looking for Windows logon. Now, this type of event just specifies data gathered from logging into a specific device and can be used also for accessing audit logging for individual devices in the network. So now I'm just going to, now I see that there. Let's see, I'm going to take a look at here. Here. Perfect. Open this up. Open that up. Actually, so pretty much just opens a list of what I just opened up, all the event logs for the Hyper-V compute service. So they've all started successfully. Now the applications and services directory and the event viewer also allows me to review logs for specific services and applications. Now in this example, right, I investigated Hyper-V, which is a key application, of course, for virtual machine virtualization and private cloud environments, right? So now what I'm going to do is enable audit logging using a local group policy editor. So now that I've seen some types of event log generated automatically by Windows, so it's important to make sure that I'm capturing information critical to the needs of this infrastructure or whatever infrastructure I'm taking a look at. So let's actually start with editing the group policy. There it is. Okay. Perfect. So let's open this up. Right, and so a bit better. All right, so let's take a look at Windows and then our security settings. Right, and then let's take a look at local policies here. Take a look at our audit policies, then the logon events. All right, and in the security shows, looks like there's no auditing. So let's do both of these, make sure that it's applied. All right, so now auditing, audit logging has been enabled. As you can see, the security setting shows success, whether it's a success or failure, we're going to log it, right? So now that's been enabled. So now that we've done that, now that this has been enabled, the event viewer is going to start generating security logs noting both success and failure states for logon attempts for this specific device. Now, in private cloud environments, this could be enabled for either all devices on a network or only individual devices. All right, and as I mentioned, we can see the success and failure here just to have it verified. But nonetheless, this brings us to the end of our video. Just for a brief recap, I configured logging for cloud resources for both private and public cloud environments. This is definitely a lot of fun. Going to be even more fun in the next video where we go over implementing cloud resource monitoring solutions as well. Can't wait to see you there. In the meantime, stay curious, stay secure.